invest sustainable ocean economies for food, renewable energy, and livelihoods. And that entails new levels of long-term funding.
The Ocean Conference can also strengthen the links between our efforts here, and those on climate change, biodiversity, land degradation, and drought. What is happening in each of these areas has a direct impact on the ocean.
The conference aims to raise global commitments to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development.
It could produce as much as 6 times more food, generate 40 times more renewable energy than it currently does, and help lift millions of people across the globe out of poverty.
This conference provides a unique opportunity for us to evoke the awareness that was created in Brest to help ease the pressures humans are exerting on the ocean.
Participants will explore key thematic areas including ocean-based climate solutions, renewable energy, and resilient marine sector. Onengiye Fine Face, NTA News.
Away from the Oceans Conference, Nigeria continues to celebrate and raise awareness on the contributions of the micro, small and medium enterprises to sustainable development and the global economy as it joins the rest of the world to mark the 2022 World MSME Day. Vice President Yemi Oshimbaju at the 5th Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Awards in Abuja says the nation's entrepreneurs have demonstrated that the country has everything in its advantage for a major industrial revolution. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
Everyone is a winner, including Vice President Yemi Oshimbaju, who is being presented with this crafted muscular arm, which indicates the strength at which the Vice President is carrying out government support for the micro, small and medium enterprises in the country.
This is to underscore significant improvement that have been made that have been established between the private sector and the federal government over the years.
The Vice President discussed what these entrepreneurs have achieved as building blocks for industrial revolution, which will propel the country to prosperity.
These MSMEs tell the story of our country's great economic future. We are set to manufacture our own vehicles, as we've seen, clean energy trucks and cars, and we're on course to manufacturing our own weapons, our own armored mobile platforms, and aircraft. We have everything that it takes.
The ultimate aim of government is to continue encouraging and improving MSME activities in the country.
Of the National MSME Clinics, the shared facilities for MSMEs, the one-stop shops, the MSME Survival Fund, as well as numerous other federal government MSME schemes across the country. It is therefore critical for any government in its stride for achieving greatness to build trust among different sectors of its populace. And this is what the federal government has done within the MSME sector.
The award is in 10 categories with various cash rewards and a car for each of the categories. States were also recognized for their contributions to the growth of the sector.
You do not need to have billions to start a business. All you need is an idea.
Calling to all Nigerians, especially graduates, to make something in their house. Stop wasting their time to looking job on the hand of government while there is no job available.
And Vice President Oshimbaju announced that the MSME Awards will now be a regular annual celebration of excellence and innovation in the sector aimed to draw more prospects.
From the conference center of the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
The Senate has reiterated its commitment to investigate the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Ibrahim Mohammed, despite his resignation. This is due to the numerous petitions written by some Supreme Court justices against him. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo reports that Senate acknowledged the service of the former Chief Justice of Nigeria.
On Wednesday, 22nd of June 2022, Senate mandated its Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters to investigate the petitions written by some justices of the Supreme Court against Justice Tanko Ibrahim Muhammad. 4 days after, Justice Tanko resigned on health grounds. Senate at plenary described his career as meritorious.
Urge the Senate to wish the Honorable Chief Justice well, following many years of meritorious service to the nation, and to pray for his good health.
But will his resignation stop the proposed investigation by the Senate? A motion by Chairman Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Senator Payemi Bamidele, says the probe will go on.
However, this development will not prevent the committee from going ahead with its assignment in the quest to find a probable lasting solution to the matter.
To interface with the relevant stakeholders in the 3 arms of government and collect aggregate views and positions on the short-term, medium-term and long-term measures needed to decisively address the crisis facing the judiciary.
Senate thereafter passed the Council of Professional Councillors Establishment Bill, sponsored by Deputy President of the Senate, Ovie Omoagege, and the Federal College of Agricultural Technology, or PIALO, or JAPO, Establishment Bill, sponsored by Senator Patrick Abamoro.
Professional councillors coordinate and execute preventive, rehabilitative, solution-focused guidance and counseling programs to address diverse human concerns.
Federal College of Agricultural Technology, or PIALO, or JAPO, when established, will train and produce morally sound graduates to become self-employed in the area of science and agriculture.
5 bills passed first reading, including the Nigeria Agricultural Harvest and Processing Free Zone Establishment Bill. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has expressed concern over allegations that federal pensioners under the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate have not been paid for 9 months. The House therefore wants the head of service of the Federation, the Accountant General, Director General, National Pension Commission, and Executive Secretary of PTAD to provide explanation for the non-payment of pensions and gratuities to retired federal civil servants for the said period. This resolution is sequel to a motion from Representative Seges Ogun, who noted that the explanation from the Directorate pointing at technological glitches as responsible for the delay is unacceptable and amounts to ineffectiveness and incompetence. The House Committee on Pensions and Public Service Matters is to conduct the investigation. Now, the National Population Commission is set to train about 115 field personnel consisting of facilitators, supervisors, and enumerators drawn mainly from the communities within the selected areas in Cross River State. The Federal Commission and National Population Commission, Cross River State, informed newsmen during a press briefing in Calabar. Erika Ivy reports.
The trial census is to commence from 11 to 24th July 2022 and will be conducted in one supervisory area in 9 local government areas in Cross River State. Already training of personnel to be engaged for the trial census has commenced and will end by July 2022.
The Commission will leave no stone unturned to ensure that the trial census is carried out meticulously, professionally, and scientifically to provide a good foundation for the smooth conduct of the 2023 population and housing census.
The Commission, however, is appealing to the various communities involved to assist the enumerators to carry out their job successfully. In Calabar, Erika Ivy, NTA News.
Like Leila told you, President Muhammad Buhari has left for Portugal on a state visit at the invitation of Portuguese President Marcelo de Sousa. While in Portugal, the president is expected to chair bilateral meetings with Nigerian and Portuguese businessmen, politicians, and sign agreements on issues of mutual concerns. A statement by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, says President Buhari will also participate in the UN Oceans Conference on the global marine ecosystem. Is expected back in Abuja on Saturday. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has stayed proceedings on the trial of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The presiding judge, Justice Binta Yako, gave the ruling at the presumed trial of the defendant. The ruling followed the appeal filed by the counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, challenging the ruling of the trial court at the Court of Appeal. The matter has been adjourned to 14th of November 2022 for mention. Let's now go to Lagos, where Adiola is standing by with some reports for us. Hello, Adiola.
Hello, Elizabeth. Owners of goods gutted by early morning fire in a warehouse at number 118 Brad Street, Lagos Island, are now counting their losses. Hengino John Adams reports that while no life was lost, goods worth millions of naira were destroyed by the inferno.
Affected traders taking their remaining goods out of the ruins of the fire to safe places. This warehouse, which once contained various kinds of shoes, is now a shadow of itself with ashes remaining. Some of the traders say it would have been worse, but for the swift intervention of firefighting agencies.
Our security called me around 4 a.m. in the night. So when I saw the light, I saw the fire service. They will attend to them, sha. They have tried. So since 4 up to down, they still work on it.
So they just called me. I now rushed to this place. I now said everything is on fire, and thank God we've not passed all this.
A statement by the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, says the fire was caused by power surge. NTN News crew tried to speak with the firefighters on ground, but they declined to comment as they are not authorized to speak. As at the time of filing this report, the fire was successfully put off. In Lagos, Hengino John Adams, NTN News.
Let's now talk about the fight against drug abuse. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, is canvassing increased sensitization against abuse of substance and as a starting point to augment its enforcement drive with advocacy. The agency in Lagos is soliciting support for the implementation of its War Against Drug Abuse campaign. The commander of NDLEA in Lagos, Alumona Kalis, stated this in commemoration of the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. Michael Olaleye reports.
There are statistics to back up the milestone achieved in the fight against illicit substance abuse and trafficking in Nigeria. In Lagos State, for instance, about 58,000 kilograms worth of drugs have been seized, 336 suspects arrested, 56 convicted, and 97 cancelled within 7 months. It is a progressive trend, but there is need to intensify actions based on the simple notion that activities of drug dealers is hindering accessibility by those in need of medications due to health reasons, especially the internally displaced persons. The theme for this year's International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, addressing drug challenges in health and humanitarian crises, is offering a window of hope as regards accessibility and affordability of drugs, and the NDLEA, capitalizing on the National Drug Control Master Plan 2021 to 2025, is strengthening systems to achieve the goal.
To those that are still hell-bent in illicit drug trafficking, our message is stop while there is chance. We will intensify efforts to save our children from destruction. Illicit substances causes both to the individual, family, community, economy, social life, security, among others.
In furtherance of its advocacy, the NDLEA has commenced plans to launch War Against Drug Abuse (WADA) in Lagos. It is a drug reduction strategy unveiled in 2021.
May I use this forum to equally thank Mr. Governor for his uncommon developmental stride and appeal to him to assist and strengthen the agency with logistics to carry out our duties and to partner with us to launch WADA in the state to stem the dangerous tide of substance abuse and trafficking.
With efforts already channeled to seizure and prosecution, this new direction of demand reduction strategy will no doubt eliminate the constraints that once stand in the way of making drugs available for those in need of them genuinely. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NT News.
For newly registered students and all interested persons who wish to upgrade and become professionals in their areas of interest at the Center for International Advanced and Professional Studies, all is now set for the resumption of academic activities for the third quarter of 2022. Center Director, Professor Anthony Kila made this known at the induction of new students in Lagos. Diana Ajale has details.
Popular saying, no knowledge is a waste, and age is not a barrier to learning, especially for those who wish to flow with the trend. In a challenging environment, is what these young graduates are portraying. From various universities within and outside Nigeria, they are here with a common goal, which is upgrading their expertise in different fields. This can only be achieved by getting the right training from a professional institution. This is what the Center for International Advanced and Professional Studies, CAAS, an innovative institution, is projecting at the induction of its new students.
It has really been an insightful session. I must say I've learned a lot. I've had to relearn some things and unlearn some things as well.
I want the best from them. I think we build graduates into becoming more professional for certain job applications they may be looking for. Most applications out there only are looking for people who have certain amount of experience.
I would really like to improve my scope of knowledge in terms of content creation and also to meet the right consumers' need.
Center Director, CAAS, Professor Anthony Kila, advised the newly inducted students to do their best during the training period in order to develop a vision that can improve the society at large.
These are people who have first degrees who are now training to be professionals in specific field for their career. We hope that in the next 4 to 5 months they will be in positions to impact the society with the knowledge and skills they acquire.
Academic activities for the third quarter are expected to commence soon. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Done with our bit from Lagos. I shall be handing the baton over to Zinreth in just after this break, but do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/alllive and on our other social media handles displayed on your screens for updates. To stay with us.
Ever-busy ancient city of Onitsha is a commercial hub with millions of commuters seamlessly linking other states daily for business, leisure, and other purposes. To upscale its road network, the construction of a 1.6-kilometer long second Niger bridge, including a 10.3-kilometer highway furnished with other infrastructure, has been in motion by the federal government. This project will ease congestion on the existing 56-year-old Onitsha bridge and boost the economic capacity of the state as it easily connects to other parts of the country. The completion of the world-class second Niger bridge Onitsha will be one of the many proud moments of the state, its people, Nigerians, and foreign investors. Onitsha, which hosts the largest market in Africa, is geared up to boast of an impressive road network. Once again, these moments are made alive by the federal government, and it is deserving of all the applause.
Do you run a breast or cervical cancer service? Are you a private or public laboratory, clinic or hospital that offer any of breast imaging, cervical cancer screening, HPV vaccination, or other breast or cervical cancer services? Is your service a primary, secondary, or tertiary center located in any part of Nigeria, no matter how remotely located it is? If yes to any of these questions, then subscribe to the OCI Foundation's Sebi Breast app and become accessible and visible to millions of Nigerians. It is all for free. To subscribe, just type the Save a Breast application form on Google or go to the OCI Foundation's page on www.ocifoundation.org and search for Save a Breast application form. Complete the form and submit. And let millions of Nigerians patronize you, all for free. Become part of the OCI Foundation's quest to tackle breast and cervical cancers in Nigeria. And join us as we rise by lifting others.
It's life. Once you lose hope, you lose life. Once people get lifted to a certain level, they start feeling godlike. What would you attribute this backwardness in education to in the north to date?
I think what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
The program is reflections.
Thanks for staying with us on Nationwide and welcome to JOS. Plateau State Focal Person of Social Investment Program, Dr. Sumaye Hamza says 12,000 graduates are benefiting from the N-Power program in the state. This was during the Batch C Stream 2 physical verification in JOS. Ijoma Examiner reports.
The N-Power physical verification exercise was designed by the federal government to reduce unemployment to the barest minimum for youths between ages 18 and 35. The program provides a platform where most Nigerians can easily access skill acquisition.
There are a lot of things I couldn't do for myself. I'm able to do now, able to take care of even my younger ones with the funds I get from here. And I didn't have a business before now, but being a beneficiary here, I'm able to establish a small business that I'm also gaining from.
They have obtained so many of us, the graduates from the street, to a lifeline in which we have hope for business or hope for progress in order to assist 1-2 people in the community.
What will be given to us is for us to make impact in our community and on ourselves, touching lives by what we do with what we receive.
How many unemployed youths have been taken off the street? How many of these graduates are now being gainfully employed through the N-Power intervention? And the federal government will also monitor to see whether they've been able to invest with the stipend they are collecting.
Beneficiaries express gratitude to the federal government for the initiative. In JOS, Ijoma Ozemina, NTA News.
Towards promoting moral values, transparency, accountability and professionalism at work, the Industrial Training Fund is training personnel on Code of Conduct and Tribunal Act. The sensitization, which is in collaboration with the Code of Conduct Bureau, is also to foster good working relationship between the two organizations to achieve their respective mandates. Felicia Samela has details.
The workshop enlightens its staff on the requirements of the law while in service. Director General Industrial Training Fund, Joseph Ari, says when officers of the fund are thoroughly acquainted with the Code of Conduct and Tribunal Act, they are less likely to breach its provisions.
Some of the requirements of the Code of Conduct Act, they are particularly what our values emphasize, and that these have contributed in no small measure to the successes recorded in our organization.
Chairman, Code of Conduct Bureau, Professor Mohammed Issa, urged the participants to put into use the knowledge gained by enforcing ethical values in their organization.
The moment that there are infractions on the Code of Conduct for public officers, please be reminded as public officers too that the sledgehammer could be used. But we do not intend to get there. That is why we reach out so that we can preach this message to you.
This program will give us an opportunity to be conversant with those codes that guide conduct in the public service.
I will be an ambassador to my organization in terms of transparency.
The sensitization is in collaboration with the Code of Conduct Bureau. In Jos, Felicia Daliop Samaila, NTA News.
And that's our contribution to Nationwide. It's back to Elizabeth in Abuja for more reports.
Thank you, Zenret. President Muhammad Buhari rejoices with the media family as he felicitates with foremost journalist Akpandem James, who turns 60 June 29, 2022, applauding the more than 3 decades of commitment to a profession that informs, educates, entertains, and sets agenda for public discourse. Special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, notes that the President lauds a career that has seen the journalist traversing Concord Press, now defunct, The Punch, Daily Independent, where James was founding editor and later managing editor. President Buhari acknowledges the journalist's contributions to national development, particularly through a recently released 633-page book, The National Conversation, Interest and Intrigues, that shaped the 2014 National Conference. Yobe State Governor Maimala Boni has directed political office holders in the state to, as a matter of urgency, engage their communities on the need to register and collect their permanent voter cards with a view to exercise their franchise in the 2023 general elections. The governor gave the directive at the swearing-in ceremony of newly appointed permanent secretaries in the state civil service. Unisa Sulaiman reports.
The directive by Governor Maimala Buni follows low permanent voter cards collection by electorates in the state, which he says is a source of concern as the 2023 general elections is fast approaching. That is why Governor Buni, through the state acting head of service, approved 3 work-free days to enable people in the state, particularly civil servants, to register, revalidate as well as collect their PVCs, while also directing political office holders to engage their communities in order to achieve the desired objective.
I wish to remind us all the need to collect our permanent voters to participate in 2023 general elections. Our vote is our strength, and we can only vote when we have our peace.
To the newly appointed permanent secretaries, Governor Maimala Buni stressed that his administration will not condone any act of sabotage, indiscipline, recklessness and wastage.
It is said that to whom much is given, much is equally expected. This administration lets much emphasis on accountability, transparency and quality in conducting government affairs.
The governor, however, pledged that government in the state will continue to equip and reposition the public service to be more responsive to current demands for speedy and effective implementation of people-oriented policies and programs in the state. In the Matri, Unisa Suleiman, NTA News.
In other news, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Cross River State has intercepted 3 suspected components of explosive device with all the connecting gears in Akankpa local government area of the state. Correspondent Achibong Basi reports that this was made public when the command paraded a suspect in Calabar. The parcel, which was to be waybuilt to Oyadama community in Obobra, where there is an ongoing communal war with neighboring Onko community in Yakro local government area. The suspect, a 31-year-old woman from Ikono, Akwa Ibom State, claims she had no knowledge of the content as she was instructed by her husband to dispatch the item. And before we join Adebola in the city of Ibadan, remember you can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live, as well as other social media platforms displayed on the screen. Over now to Adebola for some stories. Nice to see you, Adebola.
Elizabeth, good to see you again. Welcome to Ibadan. The chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has called on security agencies to work as a team and collaborate with the commission for effective election coverage. He stated this during a training for security personnel ahead of the July 16 Osun governorship election. Adams Abdulkadir reports.
A high level of professionalism is required by INEC during and after the forthcoming governorship election in Osun, and the main reason why security personnel are being equipped with requisite skills and knowledge of the election coverage so as to avoid irregularities that often mar some of the elections in the country.
The training will equip security personnel with knowledge of the electoral process and how to manage risk elements associated with it. The importance of the core role of security agencies at elections in line with their standard operational guidelines will be critically examined.
The governorship election will take place in 3,763 polling units across the 30 local government areas of the state, where the security personnel are expected to remain neutral in securing the electorates, the INEC staff, and the polling units.
The quantum of election materials that needs to be moved, difficulty of the terrain to be traversed, as well as the polling locations that need to be protected. All of this has made the issue of election security very, very important.
Election personnel that you people will take care of, protect, guide, direct, and ensure that as they came for the morning, in the evening when elections are over, they will go back complete. 15,053.
No fewer than 300 security personnel are taking part in the 3-day training and are expected to retrain others in Osogbo. Adams Abdulkadir, NTA News.
And as the fourth phase of the continuous voter registration CVR gradually winds down, eligible voters in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, are maximizing the opportunity to either get registered or resolve any issue with their permanent voter cards. INEC in the state, however, warns against multiple registration. Correspondent Oyeyinka Omoli has details.
It's quite stressful and it's not encouraging, but because I really want to participate in the next election, I choose to go through the stress of registering.
It is damaged, so I want to replace it. I want to look. Suffering has been too much. I must confess to you, I am not happy about the situation anymore. We have to change. New hands must be on deck.
These and other reasons inform the decision of many Nigerians who have acquired the required voting age or had issues with their permanent voter cards to troop out to registration centers as it remains few days to the end of the exercise. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC in Oyo State, affirmed that there has not been any clear directive on the proposed extension of the period of the registration exercise, urging intending voters to utilize the online platform provided by INEC to sort out the status of their PVCs.
The date is still 30th of June. We don't know if there are going to be any kind of extension, but for now, it is still 30th of June.
While calling on those registering afresh to visit INEC office in their respective local government areas, the Commission assured Nigerians of the efficacy of different technological innovations by INEC, stressing the need for everyone to obtain their PVCs. In Ibadan, Oyeyinka Omole, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Ibadan. Nationwide continues in Abuja with Elizabeth after this break. Do stay tuned.
The broadcast media ecosystem is dynamic and requires continuous training for practitioners to perform optimally. NTA Television College, Jos, invites relevant officers to the following specially packaged training programs. Intermediate Online News Reporting Skills, date 13th July to 5th August 2022, 4 weeks. Sports Coverage and Reporting Skills in the Mass Media, date 13th July to 22nd July 2022, 2 weeks. Basic Camera Operation Techniques, date 1st August to 26th August 2022, 4 weeks. Advanced Broadcast Accounting and Auditing, date 15th August to 9th September 2022, 4 weeks. Transmitter Operations and Maintenance, date 22nd August to 26th August 2022, 1 week. Workforce Intelligence, Key to Organizational Effectiveness and Efficiency, date 5th September to 16th September 2022, 2 weeks. The course fee for 1 week courses is 100,000 naira per participant. The fee for 2 weeks courses is 150,000 naira, while the course fee for 4 weeks courses is 180,000 naira only, accommodation inclusive. The venue for all courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA Television College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more inquiries, please call 0803-079-5335 or 0806-9809-807. NTA TV College Jos, training you to be the best you want to be.
Imagine any society without laws. Imagine piles of laws without the courts to interpret them. Imagine lots of interpretation without a medium to bring them to your doorsteps. The scale on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority helps to fill the gaps and turns law and justice into a tangible instrument for national development. That is the scale, and it is balance.
Engage your team this summer at Digitest 2022, an annual ICT creative camp and competition for young minds of ages 8 to 18. With the theme Connecting Technology, Energy and Climate. Date Saturday, August 13 to Sunday, August 21st, 2022. Venue, Top Faith International Secondary School in Patak, Akwa Ibom State. For registration, visit www.digitalpairs.org. For information and inquiries, call 0807-782-3307 or 0807-782-3308. For more updates, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Digital Peers. Digitest is brought to you by Digital Peers International in collaboration with the Akwa Ibom State Government.
Harmony of biodiversity destroyed, both in climate crisis and crime phases.
Dicey situation indeed, yet we carry on like a bull in a china shop.
On environment matters, we take the bull by the horns, comb the nooks and cranny of Nigeria.
Asking tough questions,
examining challenges and opportunities,
giving human face to the science, facts, facts, and global agreements. It's a call for action. Don't miss it.
Join award-winning environmental journalist Jennifer Igwe and other NTA Eco reporters for Environment Matters.
You're still watching Nationwide on NTA. The National Population Commission has commenced 2022 trial census, an exercise to be conducted in selected local government areas across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. Olusheye Adiagbo reports on the features of the trial census, which is to last till 30th of July.
A total number of 286 local government areas of the country are to be covered in the trial census, and this is said to be in preparation for the first fully digital census to be conducted in Nigeria in April 2023. With the use of technological innovations, the exercise is expected to be detailed and comprehensive.
We have all the PDAs, and they've been fully loaded with the software and all the geospatial data and the personnel.
The National Population Commission boss also added that awareness in getting Nigerians involved has been strengthened to produce a new census data that will be accurate and reliable.
We are not the ones doing the mobilization of advocacy alone. We are involving the state governments, the local governments, and the offices of national orientation agencies in all states and local government.
In all the communities where the trial census will be conducted, the federal commissioners, they are paying advocacy visits
to traditional rulers, civil society organizations, and also the media.
The trial census, which kick-started with the training of field functionaries, building, numbering and household listing by 11th to 16th of July, validation of remuneration areas, remuneration of persons and mop-up remuneration to climax the event. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Away from population management, the Securities and Exchange Commission has presented the revised Nigerian Capital Market Master Plan 2021 to 2025 to the Minister of Finance, Budget, National Planning in Abuja. Bosode Ebo reports that the new document reflects the dynamism of the market and developments in financial technology.
The plan was submitted to the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning by the Capital Market Master Plan Implementation Council, led by Director General of SEC, Lamido Yuguda. Zainab Ahmed said the review of the Capital Market Master Plan underscores the fact that capital market growth resonates with the current administration's unwavering commitment to deepening and reposition the country's financial markets, and the initiatives are being implemented with the ultimate goal of accelerating the emergence of Nigeria as a top 20 global economy by the year 2025.
Our capital market is growing and it is evolving. To sustain this growth and eventually transform to a world-class capital market, transparency and investors' confidence is key.
Lamido Yuguda, Director General of SEC, listed some of the milestones achieved.
The revised capital market master plan is designed to chart the strategic position and future direction of the capital markets while providing both the SEC and market participants clarity on the vision of the capital market.
The main objective of reviewing the master plan is to produce an updated version of the document, primarily to engage stakeholders on the current level of market development and opportunities for further capital growth. In Abuja, Bosede Ebo, NTA News.
To health matters, Nigeria governors' wives have renewed their commitments to the fight against cancer in the country, as some of them reached out to cancer patients at the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, Gwagwalada. Salah Khalil Ibrahim reports.
The pain being experienced by cancer patients, as well as the emotional and financial burden by the patient relatives, can only be better imagined, except for those who know where the shoe pinches. Mercy is the mother of 4-year-old Salome, who is diagnosed with acute leukemia.
For now, the Lord is my strength, but inside,
if you are not strong or you have family, it's beyond what a poor man can handle.
But hope is not lost with the intervention of some Nigerian governors' wives.
We hope that by speaking to you and by carrying out this visit and supporting them, we'll be able to get more Nigerians and even beyond to focus on the issue of cancer.
We believe that we have a platform